Hey guys, in this lecture we're going to look at an important concept of NumPy arrays, that is subarrays are just views of parent arrays. Before we look into that concept, we're going to look at one more concept called broadcasting. What exactly is broadcasting, you might ask? We have this 5x5 array here, and this is how it looks from values from 0 to 25, right? If we take a chunk out of this array and we make a subarray, let's call it x1 sub. Let's say it's a 5x5 array, right? No, let's just make it a 2x2 array out of it because it's already 5x5. So 2x2 array, and if you do x1, we start taking chunks out. We want 2 rows and we want 2 columns. So this will give us a 2x2 array of x1, right? So if you examine this guy here, which is x1 sub 2x2, and it's a bit of a fancy name, a weird name, you might say. There you have it. We have this 2x2 array with 2 rows and 2 columns, and 4 elements in it. What is broadcasting? So if I do this, x1, copy that, and if I supply a value to all the elements of that array with one specific value, right? So for example, I'm making it 10,000. Okay, if I alter the values of this subarray to this guy here, which is a fixed value 10,000, and if you examine this guy again, you will see all the values are changed, right? As expected, all the values of the subarray are changed now. But if we look at x1 now, which was the parent array, so again we use x1 sub 2x2, that was a subset of this parent array, which was x1, right? So now if we examine the x1, you can see even x1 is changed. So this is what I mean by subarrays are just views of parent arrays. These are not copies, just like how lists are copies in Python. These are actually views. So we took a chunk out, or we created a view using these 4 values, and then we broadcasted those values with this guy here, which is 10,000, and there you have it. That's called a view. And subarrays in NumPy are just views, they're not copies. How do we create copies of an array? We're going to look at that in the next lecture.